Now you didn't clap. Damn it. Welcome everybody to our very first podcast here at Just Three Geeks Opinion. I am Kyle, and I am here with the other two geeks, Nick and John.
Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm John.
All right, and that's all the introductions that we have. Anyway, how you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Doing okay?
Up, all that.
Is it up though? Not if you have crypto today.
Ooh, I don't.
Well, yeah, I don't have any anymore.
You crypto, or you don't have your 60 million NFT?
No,
there's no more Doge.
Oh yeah, I did catch the Doge on the rise, which actually today it went up because of Musk was like, oh yeah, you can buy my cars with Doge, and so it went up. Everything else crashed down like 10% again.
You can buy,
but
Tesla
I get that news
Doge?
all the time because I bought crypto at one point. It floods my inbox now all the time.
You can buy Tesla with Doge is what I'm just stuck on right now.
That's where I'm at. What?
Yes, Musk got online today and was like, oh, hey, you can buy my shit with Doge. And so Doge went up 20% or something like that, 10 or 20.
Wow.
I don't understand any of it. So that's where we're going to go with that.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think we're part of the, what the fuck is it called? The blockchain or whatever? I don't think we're part of that yet.
No. I'm good.
Yeah, I'd like to stay away from all that anymore.
Yep.
So, So here at Just Three Geeks Opinion, we're just going to be talking about, as you already can see, just random stuff. That's really all we are. But I'm going to say, why are we talking about any of this random stuff, guys? Like, why us? What makes us? Because I told you to. That's one way.
Because I am an elder millennial and I need to pass on my knowledge.
Now hold on. Let me clarify that. Let me clarify that because I will tell you what, Kyle. I have to give you some props for this, for really two reasons. One, you actually took the steps. You finally bought a new headset, which I've been telling you to do for like 3 years. So there you go. I'll count that as you invested money in it. You made a Discord server with a good logo on it, and honestly, the J3 Go thing, the logo you made, is marketable. So there you go. You did a good job. So I will give you credit. I'm on board, and that's why I'm here.
So
John's here for momentary gain. Gotcha.
I was about to say.
That's why we all are here, isn't it?
All I can think of is John will get this more than Kyle is. I'm just here so I don't get fined. With the Marshawn Lynch thing. Yeah.
I mean, really, I'm just here mostly just for community. Like, I'm kind of, we've kind of been back in the background of many things, and I'm kind of ready just to start a community and, meet some people just like us. So,
you have said that for quite a while, that you wanted to contribute back in some way.
So,
yeah. Good on you for moving forward. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying, good job, Kyle. You're moving forward with it.
I don't know if that was. I was going to say.
I almost did it.
Which one clapped?
I almost did it. I almost went clap, clap, clap. Starting over.
Well, I guess the first thing is why do we call it Just Three Geeks Opinion? We are all geeks here. We all have different hobbies, different. Well, we're all pretty similar, but we do all have different hobbies and different likes and things like that. And we all consider ourselves pretty geeky. But what actually makes a geek? So, what do you actually think, John? What does geek mean to you?
Are you going to start with me?
I'm
I
going to
guess
start
because
with
I
you.
said earlier I had the hypothetical discussion.
Well, you don't have everything else ready, so.
What else? What do you mean? What? Oh, your definitive list. Oh, okay. So if you want to go with the standard response, it would be my interests, which I mean primarily is, I mean, I would just I could sum it up as media, but essentially anime, movies, TV, video games. That's all media. Um, but yeah, I mean, there you go. You got 4 out of 5. I'll give you 4 out of 5. That's my primary interest right there. But my philosophical discussion on it, as far as what defines a geek, and this I thought would come in later, but okay, he wanted to lead off with it.
Well, I'm starting in what is a geek in a sense. So, what does the word mean to you? Why do we call ourselves geeks? And
Oh, yeah, that kind of ties in with what I was
yeah,
gonna go for,
the interesting
and
thing we are going to try to do like what we consider our 5, or like, well, not 5, but we have probably more than 5, but what are our most like geeky elements that what makes us a geek? So we'll go through that later.
all right, fair enough. No, the philosophical side of it, which I don't know if anybody else thought of this too, but I consider myself a geek because in school, when I grew up, I was made fun of for being a geek. But lately, I feel that's not necessarily the case anymore,
It's
at
the geek
least from
chic.
my knowledge. Yeah, like the term geek has now faded into the general crowd. For example, I played video games in high school. Holy shit, I must be nerdy as fuck, but now everybody fucking plays Call of Duty. So everybody plays
I
video
was
games in
I
some
was
way,
going to get
shape, or
into that.
form.
That was one of the reasons why when I told the guys about doing their Geek Looks, I was like, let's not put gaming on there because, like, I don't know, I feel like gaming has changed that term. You used to play, if you were a guy who just sat down, or anybody who just sat down and played games, you were geeky. Now it's like, I don't know, a guy sits down and plays FIFA and he's like, I'm a gamer. And it's like,
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
don't know if that quite works out, but sure.
However, I don't mean to gatekeep the community, if that makes sense. If you want to refer to it as the geek community, I don't want to be one of these people that's like, well, you weren't called a geek growing up, so you can't be a geek. No, 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 no. To me, it's a level of fervor devoted to a certain thing that not everybody else is, part of the mainstream, for example. And I'd say for me, primarily, that would be anime. I mean, that's the biggest thing that I consume almost on a daily basis that not everybody does. And I really like it. And, for like all three of us have gone to anime conventions before. Not everybody does that. However, my argument to I think everybody has a thing they're geeky about isn't going to an anime convention similar to a football fan going to an NFL game once a year. Very similar, in my opinion.
I'd agree.
Yep, that's. I'll get into that point when I kind of go over what my meaning is.
But that's essentially my reason for referring to myself in a geek in this scenario is that just I like things and I like them a lot. I can sit and talk about anime or movies or TV shows with somebody for hours on end. So I am geeky towards those things. There you go.
All right. Well put. Well put.
That's beautiful. I like it.
Yeah, there was a lot of big words in there. So
A lot of big words like
English. It was English.
it was English.
it was English, and it was coherent because I just started drinking. So
We did.
we're
Did a
still
good job.
there.
Yeah, give it a little more time here, and then all of a sudden we're just gonna be slurring.
Yeah. Then I'll pass it on to Nick. So what do you think, Nick? What do you
Are we
mean?
allowed to
you
curse
knew
on
it?
this?
What?
I already did, so
Oh,
I
okay,
think it's
good.
been established. Kyle can
Okay.
bleep it later.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can curse.
I'll just
You can
clap
curse.
every time I
Alright,
curse.
so,
So
I mean,
shit and shit.
we will. Let's stop. Let's go into that.
Okay.
First off, what type of channel this is going to be? Look, guys, this is just a simple channel with just some friends hanging out and chilling out and just shooting the shit, basically. So that's what it is. It's not going to be any kind of. I mean, we are. I would say us. We are very kind of have a very interesting sense of humor. We'll try to keep that
Very
to
high. Very
That's
high.
that's a very refined way to say that we have a very interesting sense of humor here.
Yes.
Not
We'll try to keep
fucked up one.
that down to the best of our abilities and be nice. But
Very high.
the cursing, I can't make any promises with the
None.
cursing. So this is a more adult channel. It's not going to be a family thing.
Mature audio stream.
Mature, yeah. So, but yeah, that's what we're going to be like that. So, but yeah,
Good.
go ahead. You're more than welcome to. But thanks for the sentiment.
I tried. So my symposium today on why I'm a geek is we originally talked 5 reasons.
We're gonna get into the 5 reasons.
Yeah.
This one was just what does geek mean to you?
Yeah, and I had to think about that while John was talking, and I was like, "What is a geek?" And he kind of hit it nail on the head, you know. I was a weird kid, very technical and scientific. I didn't make much sense when I was young. Like I wasn't like ha ha ha. Like I had fun and all that stuff, but I was really interested in the science. I remember, like when I was really how 9, I think I had. This is going weird already. When my mom had the talk with me, you know, the talk, and this is.
Well, I just wanted to let you know this is what this channel's gonna be. We're gonna deep dive.
We are. So my mom had the talk with me, and I think I was like 9, and she went through the whole thing, and we hadn't had. God, what was 6th, 5th grade? Whatever. It was before 5th grade. I had the talk with me, and I remember her just talking about something, and she went through the whole thing, and I was like, "Wow, that's really interesting." And it wasn't like because it's sexy, but because I was like, "That's crazy science, cool. That's how you make a baby." And that's when I knew I was weird. My mother realized I was a weird child, so that's why I would say I was a geek, because I was always interested.
Starting to realize a couple of things myself. So
you should. I'm giving a very sexy talk right now, but just being that weird kid, I had some friends and all that, but it was definitely my mother always classified me as king of the rejects because the people I hung out with were usually the weirdos and things like that. Like one friend I had in high school thought he was from like the 1800s. Not even lying. He thought he was.
Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this?
Yeah. Good guy named Larry. He was really hardcore into like reenactments and stuff like that. But he would swear like he was from the 1800s. He would talk like he was from that time period, the entire time through high school. So I always just had friends that were on the the stranger side, and that definitely fits the definition of geek. Because I was curious what Merriam-Webster had, and I completely forgot that a geek is also a carnival performer, often billed as a wild man who act usually includes biting the head off of a live chicken or snake. And I don't meet that definition, so it's got to be the other one.
No, I don't think any of us
I think we might have changed that definition. So
yeah, no, but no, I just
I guess so far both me and Nick are leaning into the
awkwardness.
What clique you fell into during high school, which I have to say now that being an adult for many a year at this point, wow, none of that shit mattered, but yet
at all.
it leaves things on us today. Like we still hold that opinion of ourselves at the moment.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
And it shouldn't matter at all, but it did.
I think it's because it's who we are truly deep down, in the sense of we're not rejects or anything, but we're people that got interest in things, at least during the time we were growing up, that weren't culturally normal, or something like we're definitely more tech people, or we got really interested in a certain subject and we followed it, and people were like, "You're a fucking weirdo." Like, I'm sure.
Oh, I have an example of that. A very simple one.
Mm-hmm.
I ate sushi when I was in high school, and people were like, "Oh my God, you're weird, you eat sushi." And now there's a sushi restaurant in every town near me.
Yeah.
Why?
We were ahead of the curve. That's the fuck what we are.
I loved it when I was a kid. And now I'm sitting back. There's a little bit of resentment. There is a tiny hint of resentment in me that's like, you motherfuckers, I've been liking this shit for years. And you're like, oh man, I really like sushi now. Fuck you. I knew a guy in high school wouldn't eat Chinese because he thought it was weird.
Yeah.
Chinese food, for fuck's sake.
I know people like that. Or at least I did. Not anymore, really, because who talks to anyone?
Well, I never talked to any people from high school.
Exactly.
I mean, it's only us three, anyways. I mean, that's all we talk to.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
We have friends outside. I mean, two of us are married, and one has a girlfriend, and soon to be married. So,
Fiance, thank you. And I have
well,
cats, so those are real people.
other of us have kids.
Like I said, I have cats.
Well, I mean, we're going down, and so geek in a sense for me. If we were going into high school, oh, it's kind of the same thing. You know, you hang out with a group. We used to call ourselves the Outcasts, basically, just because we didn't really fit in anywhere else. I mean, you had
The
people
term
who
edgy
were
hadn't come up yet. Is that why?
I don't know. We were edgy, but but yeah, we didn't really, you need normal high school cliques and things like that. So, but I mean, we were good friends. I had very good friends in high school. But I mean, the main thing I think it is pretty much just your interests and how much interest you have um into something. So hobbies and things like that, and how much you put into it. So, like to me, then the reason why we have so much more acceptance of it is I think people are starting to realize that you can be um a geek in any sense. So like even like we were trying to say, these people who go to sports games and are like really into their team and all that kind of stuff, you're a sports geek. You're
Yeah. That was my point with that, is that they're a sports geek, but I think what you're saying is that was socially accepted, but yet the things we were interested in weren't quite as mainstream at the time. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. You hitting the nail on the head. What I was saying then.
But yeah, that's what I think that's what I really think kind of means. So like I said, I think your hobbies and being like super interested in them and going above like what a normal you can like maybe enjoy doing. I don't know, we'll just say fishing, hunting, that kind of stuff. But if you're like into it, like you go above and beyond, I think that's what makes you a geek. So that's what I think, and that's why I think we'll go into our some of our lists here on what we have now. And mine, I ranked them in kind of order of what I think what makes to like my number 5 and then going up to number 1. My number 1 I think is the most geeky thing about me. Like
So we're
that's what I'm
starting
going
bottom
with.
of the list.
Yes. Right. So I don't know how we want to do it. Let's go. I guess we'll do like one a piece. So if you want me, I'll start. So I think like one of my main things for me, it's one of my, I don't know if I would say it's one of my newer ones. I did do it in high school and stuff like that, but I've always been a mecha fan, and I'm really getting back into doing like model kits and stuff like that. So um, I've been starting to do a lot of. I've gotten a couple of Gundam model kits. I'm starting to do them. I'm actually starting to get like panel lining and actually starting to do that kind of stuff as well too. So that's like one of my. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to say newer because I've definitely like I started this when Gundam Wing came out in the 1990s, early 2000s. So
see the fact that you can go, when did Gundam come out? And no, at least even that, because hold on, I want to. Was it 96?
I don't think so. I think it actually was 2000
No, it was 95.
For us over here.
for us over here.
Oh, for us over here. That
like
is
on Toonami
I
and
have
stuff.
no idea. I probably accurate.
I think it was 2000.
It was around there.
Yeah.
And there's a prime example of what makes us all geeks right there.
So, but yeah, that was definitely. I just started getting into them again. I have. What did I just get? I just got a Leo. I'm looking at getting Heavy Arms. I think it's coming. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying getting back into it. But definitely, I have a more love for it, I guess, now than I did when I was a kid. It was just, oh, this is cool. Let me get this, build it, and I think I have one built and the legs built backwards and something like that.
yeah. I have mine really like way back when it was popular. I got like the Gundam Wing kits, and I remember I tried to like paint one and do the little lines on it, and it's fucking terrible. It was like the thickest fucking marker you could get. So Death Scythe look like, I don't even fucking know, a really shitty tribal warrior.
I had one. I left the some of the nubs that you're supposed to
Oh
sand
yeah.
off. The
Yeah,
nubs are on it,
Oh,
and
I
I
had
saw
that.
it. I saw it when I moved last, and I was like, I can't believe I left this. Like, old me, you should have finished this right. Damn it.
yeah. You
What a
look at them now,
disappointment.
you're like, this is what? What did I even think about? Now I'm like this. I got a file kit and everything. It's like,
Right.
God.
but yeah, that's I would say that was my number 5, definitely. I don't know, John. Did you think of something or?
Oh, all sorts of shit. As far as if you're just talking about what we like individually that makes us geeks, like
Yes.
just today, I enthusiastically watched the new episode of BattleBots. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's BattleBots. How can not everyone like that?
I did
And see
see
if
you
that
put
isn't
that
the
on there.
geekiest shit that I just said right there. There you go, prime example. And that's a show that fuck, it's only been on since 2015. Let
It's been
alone any
longer,
anime
hasn't
It's
that I
it?
been
like.
longer than that.
No. The current one has been on since
Okay.
I was gonna say,
2015.
I
That
was like,
technically is a separate show.
I forget the original
It
one
started
came
in
on at what?
2000.
Yeah.
2000. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
See
God.
that right there. And that was just the thing that I did today, let alone the anime that I watched earlier. So so that if you want one of the 5, if that counts as what
We'll give that.
this leader of
Yeah,
this
I'll give
thing
it.
is calls
I'll
a
give it.
1, that's a 1. But and see, this is why I have such a tough time going like, what are the top 5 things that make you a geek? It's the fact that I like certain shows to that level of fervor. And there I
Alright.
use that same word again. See, I shouldn't have done that.
Fervor.
It's a repeat in vocabulary. The fact that I consider the vocabulary that I use and go, damn it, I use that word too much.
We'll have to get you a word of the day calendar.
A thesaurus. I used fervor. What else can I use now?
Enthusiasm.
But I mean, I could definitely agree with you. I definitely one of my more things that's not on my list here is I definitely go deep diving in this stuff. So if I were a show I like or something like that, I can spend a couple hours just trying to figure out the lore and all this other kind of stuff and try to figure out as much. So I can understand that. So
You get into it.
yes.
Yep. Which, speaking of that, that is actually my number 5, is Wikipedia diving.
Oh, deep
God.
diving, nice.
That is so fun.
Like,
Do you
get
do
lost
the
for
game where you
hours.
start on one page and see how like what you can get to from the page that you go to? Like you can't start over on a new search. You have to use the links on the page.
I have done that before. I've done that one before. Or there's one where it's what was it? It was a long time ago where it's you start on Wikipedia and you try to get the ladder, the Wikipedia page for just ladder.
Oh,
And
just
you can
ladder?
do it from any page, sort of like 6 Degrees from Kevin Bacon. You can eventually get to ladder from like a billion different Wikipedia pages just because of all the links that'll take you through Wikipedia from clicking on it here. I used to do that, but in general, the deep diving thing, it's like, yeah, no matter what, it's like all of a sudden you're like, hey man, not even just Wikipedia, like even you have the personal wikis now, like, for that specific category. I could just spend hours where it's like, man, that's something interesting. And next thing you know, it's fucking 6 a.m. and I'm a goddamn expert on the topic now.
Yeah, I would definitely say I'm pretty bad, and I have to be careful too because I have to be careful with spoilers. Because if it is something it's like already lore and they made an episode or like a TV show or something about it,
Yep.
and I'm like, after I watch the last episode of the season, I'm like, all right, let me go in, but I have to be careful because I don't want to learn too much.
Yep. No, that happened to me with God, I can't. Oh God, I can't think of the Japanese name, but Fire Force, that anime. Shenshin Ebutai or whatever. I got really into that. I thought the anime was actually really well done for being a shonen, and I kind of got into that, and I was like, oh, like on the second page, I got spoiled by something big, and I went, well, fuck me.
That's never fun.
No, it never is.
No.
But then once that happened, I didn't give a shit anymore, and I just read everything. It's like,
Well,
that's good.
Yeah, once you hit the one thing, then you might as well just got to keep going.
Yep. But no, definitely that.
On a personal level, I think I found that there are, because normally I'm a hard no spoilers ever person. There are actually a few things I've found that I will occasionally look up, and it's when I have a character that I like, either has something happen to them or get something taken away or something along those lines, where I'm like, okay, I need to know if this is going to continue, because if it is, I might be done with this show. Like, to that level of, I get pissed off enough to go, okay, I need a spoiler to know if this ever comes back or this ever gets resolved.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only show I really did something was I think the end of the first season of Game of Thrones, because I didn't read the books. So when I watched it, and spoiler coming, when that happens, when that I'm like, no, there's no way, right?
Well,
There's no way. Somebody has to
you're
stop
good
it.
on spoilers because it's seriously been out for like
I
10
said
years.
spoilers
Point,
beforehand too, so we're good.
Kyle was being polite, but you know what? I watched like a season or two of the show. Never read the books. Everyone fucking knows it's Sean Bean. Sean Bean's there. Sean Bean dies.
Yes.
Hey, yeah. If you see him in a movie, he's gonna die.
Pretty much. There's one or two exceptions, maybe.
But
we don't know in National Treasure. He's in National Treasure. He might have died though.
He dies eventually, at least of old age. So Sean Bean dies no matter what.
We don't know what happens when he gets taken away, right? He's the bad guy, right? I think in the first one.
He gets arrested.
Yeah,
but you never see him after that.
Know.
And they made a couple sequels, so
he's in Guantanamo Bay.
All right, so if we go to my next one, the next one I think, I don't know, it might surprise, but I guess it's the one that I don't know if it's fully fallen for me, but I've definitely have fallen behind in it, and that's definitely anime. I don't even think I've watched anything in the past 2 seasons.
Fair.
That's bad.
Fair.
Now, hold on. Watched anything from the last 2 seasons, or watched anything at all during the last 2 seasons?
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah, I don't know. I think haven't watched really anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to remember if I've watched anything. There might have been something, but I don't even remember what it is. But yeah, that one's it's not that I just haven't really. I don't know if it's the time or what it is, but that one has definitely taken a more back seat for me.
Things like that can happen though. Like I even go through burst with anime, which I'm just copying off you because anime is my number 4.
I wanted to see where everybody put it. Yeah, so
I put anime number 4 because it currently is the same. Even though I would say I'm better than you because currently I am rewatching the saga of Tanya the Evil. Because
that's why, yeah,
it's one of the most amazing animes ever. Simplistic but beautiful. And also, I like bad guys as main characters, even though is Tanya really a bad? That's an episode itself. We could talk about that.
Yeah.
John is good. Have you ever watched it?
No, I have. I watched the first episode, and then it's just one of those things again where it falls off. Like you watched it, I kind of was like falling asleep. I was already tired. Thing.
You can't watch the first episode. So good.
I know, but and then you just never turn it back on. So, but then I guess we'll go into the other thing. I don't consider it, I definitely consider anime to be Japanese animation, but like if you were talking about have I seen an animated show? I mean, like Castlevania,
anime
and stuff like that.
Okay, ooh, you just got tough on
that is deep.
Yeah,
that could be a whole thing on itself.
If you came into me and said like Powerpuff Girls, I'd be like, no, fuck you, that's not anime.
Yeah, no.
But Castlevania is, in my opinion, heavily influenced by anime.
So, like, I've watched those types of shows. So
it is technically a Japanese genre because it did come from Japan. Castlevania.
True.
So, could you really say technically it is anime?
And I also have to look it up. I don't think the company's a Japanese company, like the animation studio.
It's not.
So,
well, now hold on. Yeah, this is leading into another discussion, but
yes,
here, Kyle, I'll make a number 4 for you, and it's similar. Although honestly, it should be higher. I'm gonna skip ahead on my made-up list in my head right now. At the moment, let's give it the number 1 slot. Ooh, I fucking love isekai shit at the moment, and it's the hot button thing right now. It's everywhere. And for some reason, I stupidly love them. Even the shitty ones, I still like them.
Yeah.
And Nick said Tanya, and I'm immediately like, I do like that one because and that's a good one. That's a good one.
So good.
However, jumping back to the what defines anime, What happens when a Japanese company hires a French animation studio to do their production? Is that anime? Because it didn't come from Japan, it came from France.
Yeah, but which one are you? You're talking about the music one, the music
one. What?
There was an anime that's basically like a music video.
Oh,
It's like done with
Mutafukas. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, technically, you could look at that one doing it, but I'm saying in general,
it had the same kind of premise where it was people were calling it not anime because it was done by a non-anime, not Japanese art studio.
Yeah, which to me, anime doesn't have to come from Japan. It's a stylistic choice.
Yes.
Like there has to be a certain style to it. I hate to say level of quality, but it's like when you see an anime. I'm going to use an anime in the definition. You can see an anime from the 80s and go, "That's an 80s anime," and it could have been made this year, but it looks like it was made in the 80s.
True. All right. I think we need to get away from this because we're gonna go too much.
Yeah, we can just keep going. it's a rabbit hole. Rabbit hole.
Yeah, that one we hit because anime has definitely been it. It at one point in time was definitely number one for me.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely in my definitely in high school and even going up into
I just
college.
realized one of your numbers. I won't even be able to participate very much. You know exactly what
I know what number it is.
I was gonna sit there. I was like, one of mine I definitely know annoys the fuck out of you guys.
Yeah. No, shit.
No, not that one. I'm talking about a different one.
Oh, I know.
It's okay.
You sure?
We'll see.
Anyway,
so I'll let you know.
I'll go into my next one, which is definitely my newest one that I definitely wasn't but I have gone hardcore into, and that is board games.
Yep, see? I knew it. That's the one I was talking about.
Oh, that's the one you were talking about.
Yeah.
That's not the one I was talking about.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
No, there's that one, but dude, I can't fault you on that one because I kind of like that shit too. So,
it is definitely the one I have gone hardcore into. I have too many Kickstarters as it already is, and I'm still waiting for more. My room's already filled up with. I just got one in today. That's what I gotta say. I just got a Kickstarter in today that I didn't even know was coming.
It's like Christmas.
But yeah, oh my god, love. I think I've always been a video gamer, but I'm switching. I'm enjoying the actual physical product in front of you and actually like moving things and stuff like that. And actually having like an opponent right next to you in a case. I mean, I play a lot of solo games and stuff like that too, but definitely like the when we get together and actually sit down and play a game, and just having the person like right next to you, and we can just grab some snacks, eat some stuff, and have an amazing time playing something tactical.
Yep.
See, and I can appreciate that. However, I just don't have the time. I don't have the opponents. Let me put it that way.
I was gonna say
these two assholes live like 4 hours away from me, so I can't regularly participate in the partaking of board games. And I probably feel like would more if I lived closer.
Yeah, so I feel like you probably would get more into it if you did a lot more with us and like actually were living near us.
Oh yeah,
and came over.
Definitely. Oh hell yeah,
yeah.
Shit, that one night where it was us and we were playing like that, whatever the fucking weird one with aliens and World War II or monsters or whatever the fuck that one was called.
Oh, Fire Team Zero.
I thought it was Fire Team Zero, but I wasn't sure if I dealt with
fires and it was great. It was great. That whole night was great. We were sitting around drinking, playing that, and I can appreciate having the physical media there too. I do not fault you for that one bit.
There is something nice about it, where it just, I don't know, it enhances the experience for sure.
Yeah, just having like something in your hand and like I don't know, just having cards in my hand. I just feel, I don't know, it's amazing. I'm enjoying it. Definitely getting up there, and like I said, I've already gone hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna toss something out there that it also probably brings in a level of commitment. Like if you're gonna commit to physically getting up, setting up that, getting the box off the shelf, setting that thing up, going through that entire process, you're sitting down and committing to playing that thing.
For
Whereas
hours.
if you're playing games like on Steam or something like that, and you're like, I'm
2
getting a
minutes.
little bored, let's swap, and it's 5 seconds, you're done, and you're back to doing something else. Whereas you just spend an hour setting up a board game and playing the thing,
Yep.
you're not leaving. You're finishing that.
Yep. It becomes a whole day experience where it's like, all right, if I'm going to bring this out, we're not fucking doing anything else.
And we've done that.
Yes, we have. How there's times me and my girl, like Gloomhaven, it's like, hey, you want to do Gloomhaven? Well, it's 7:00. It's kind of late for Gloomhaven because we want to get through like 2 or 3 scenarios because it just feels like it's so much just to set it up in default.
That's the hardest gateway. He's definitely trying to get stuff because, like, right now I don't have a dedicated table, so my table is out in the living room, and I'm like, I can't trust leaving anything here on the table.
Yeah. Children are not kind to board games.
Nope.
If not, the cats would destroy everything.
Yep.
But that is definitely, like I said, I've and it's not stopping. I don't think it's stopping for me.
See, and something that you guys never got into, which would be something I could include in my list of 5, which would be, I say related, would be the pen and I like pen and paper, right? D&D or other variants of pen and paper RPGs. I like those too, like quite a bit. You guys aren't so much on that, so you like the physical media in front of you. No judgments, of course. Like I like having physical media in front of me in regards to that too. But it's in a similar thing. It's you're sitting with people. You know, you throw some snacks on the table, get a couple drinks, and you have a good time doing it.
Yeah, I'll go on that one just because I'm actually the in between one. I like board gaming, but because that's one of mine actually. I put that on mine as well. Thanks for stealing it as well, Kyle.
I figured me and you would probably be the more similar, but
yeah, but D&D, it's kind of weird. Like I don't like the idea of myself playing it, but some of the board games I've played are very D&D in the sense of Gloomhaven's a perfect D&D example where there's not really a dungeon master, but you go through a dungeon and you play very similar to abilities and turns and certain steps, and there's just not as so much as the role playing in between. And how like
your characters are established in Doomhaven or Gloomhaven, aren't they?
Not
like
technically your purpose,
you
your
pick
class.
Yeah, like you pick a character, but you still you build upon it, right?
And you have choices throughout the game. Like you'll do it, and there's a story, and you might meet with someone, and then you get to choose, and those things can actually have an impact on how things change. Like there was a huge decision on, I guess without spoiling too much, even though who the fuck knows, I'll get there, where we could decide whether the town was overrun by undead or was like held by the good people, and we decided the undead because fuck yeah, undead people. So our town is completely surrounded in undead people currently.
Well,
so
and
you could choose the story along the way.
Yeah, I mean but that's similar, and the only difference being that you pick a character to play in Gloomhaven that exists already. Like you don't create a character from absolute scratch to play Gloomhaven, correct?
It's just mostly a base class, and then you decide like what abilities it has and things like that.
Oh
and
no,
what
no,
armor
then
you pick and
I'd
all that.
honestly put it right in the same boat. I'd put that in exactly the same boat.
And there's no backstory to the person. It's more of this is what this race is and this class is, and that's it. You basically, you don't decide like a function. You kind of don't really role play it out of what that person is really either. It's kind of weird. Like I think that might be the part I don't like of pen and paper is if I don't know, because it depends, each D&D is different, or group, like how much they role play and do acting between each other and relationships. I don't think that'd be for me, but hilariously enough, I know Kyle's heard a Critical Role. I don't know if you have, John, but I fucking love watching that. I think it's amazing as shit, and I was like, oh my god, this is so amazing. If I was put there, I'd be like, this is not for me, fuck all of you, I'm out.
It would be like you're playing the difference being, so you have D&D where somebody make, like the DM that I typically play with, the last time I played with was Kelly. She made all the stuff up on the top of her head, right? Just the scenario was all just dreamt up by her. You're playing it as if it was a pre-prepared campaign, like you're playing it out of a book. So the scenarios that occur, yeah. So which, hey, to each their own on that, but I'd say that is almost exactly the same thing.
I'd agree. similar but different enough where it's like
Yeah.
if I try to do exactly a straight pen and paper, someone like a DM came up with their top of their head, don't think it'd be for me. The only reason the Critical Role one's so good is because that Matthew Mercer, the DM, is fucking considered the pinnacle of DM. And there's actually been many threads and issues out there where people try to compare themselves to him.
Who's on
And
Critical Role? I'm looking
mostly
up
voice
real quick.
actors. You know most of them probably.
Hey, they switch every season, right?
No.
No, they're still they're the same all the
They
time.
recently made it where they had like a mini bonus season. They had some swap outs, but and they have one new guy this season, but he's a special guest. But it is the same basic cast. Like the voice of Illidan from WoW, he is one of the cast members on
Oh
there.
wow, yeah.
A lot of the video game Thors and tons of other people, like voice actresses. Like Laura Bailey's a big one. She's huge. Like there's like I guarantee you've heard every single person that's in that
Will
show
Wheaton.
somewhere else. Will Wheaton was a guest for 2 or 3 episodes. And Matthew Mercer's just Jesus Christ incarnate. That man's amazing. I would have sex with him. Anyway,
Holy
different
shit,
topic.
Patrick Rothfuss is on there. Hey, there you
Yes,
go.
he has been on there.
I've come up with another one at random. Patrick Rothfuss. I like books that are fantasy in nature. There you go. Another geek thing. There. I'm filling out Kyle's demand of getting 5 here. Damn it.
It's not like I haven't been
He didn't accept
saying
my
the same thing for like a
philosophical
year
discussion.
now.
Exactly. You said it a year ago, and then like today, you're like, get these 5 things. In fact, hold on. Oh, pardon me. 9:05 p.m. yesterday. Get 5 things that make you geeky.
We said it months ago.
Not according to the text history.
My separate Discord, I have a list of stuff. November 8th, 2021 is my top 5, and I put that in late.
This has been a process, just so everybody knows.
We're gonna cut this out of production.
But to go back on the D&D thing, yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Yeah, I just it's just I mean I've done a couple of them. I don't know. It's kind of coming up the fight. It really depends on me on how the story is. I mean, and definitely, of course, I don't like just kind of sitting around with just the pen and papers. Like I need this stuff. I need the big miniatures and the scenery and all that stuff. I'm like, I need that. Like if I had that, maybe
we got into that later when we had a campaign going for we did it for about 3 years, I think, every Sunday. We started getting into actually building out like miniatures for each scenario. The problem with D&D compared to something like Gloomhaven, because Nick, you showed me how you set up Gloomhaven and stuff like that. Every scene you go into in Gloomhaven has things you set up to depict the scene that's occurring.
It's always a battle, though, or like that's a battle map. I would say mostly you don't like set up like I'm over at this tavern now. It's always a battle map.
Yeah, it's a battle map. But what I mean is they're pre-prepared. Going into that scenario that you'll have all the miniatures that you need to set up that battle map, like to do the terrain, everything. Doing it with D&D becomes a little bit difficult because unless you have a giant collection of miniatures that you can just pick one off the shelf and use.
Yep.
You got like we would draw a circle on a whiteboard and be like, yeah, that's that thing, and it's not the same. I'm 100% with you. You lose a little of the magic when you go to that circle.
This is a minotaur. It's a circle. That's a minotaur.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I agree with you because just it's my last little blurb on it. The Critical Role people, they bring out battle maps, and it's become actually a big thing with like them. Well, you have the miniatures before. People would have miniatures, and you'd have like a little paper map you move your miniature on. But like companies are coming out with like Dwarven Forge, where they actually build the environment, and the environments are like Legos basically, so you could build whatever you want, what kind of map you need. But the dude will say like during the episodes, he's like, "Oh man, how'd you have this ready for us this battle?" He's like, "I have like 7 maps back there tonight, assholes." Like he was ready for all these different scenarios that he kind of had planned out depending on what they picked. He like tries to do a billion different things, but the amount of shit you've seen him have, he's like, "Oh, you want to turn into a snake right now?" And he brings out like 3-gallon trash bags. He's like going through them. He's like, "I don't have a snake, so you're a sheep tonight." And so it's understandable why that would be so tough, but just having those makes it that like extra little bit sexier. Because like it's like here's Cthulhu now, and you're like, that's fucking Cthulhu, that's the shit.
Yeah, that's definitely on mine. For like I said, I need I just need it. It's not
Yep.
so much for the visual in the sense of like I can't. It's not that I couldn't do it. It's just that's more. It's just more
You can
exciting.
picture it in your head, but yeah, it loses the magic. I gotcha.
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go into my next two are definitely I think are the most things that I annoy these two with.
I
With
know
my number
one.
with my number two being I am a medieval fantasy nerd. I will tell you
Well,
that.
fuck, I know what number one is then.
Why does
Okay.
that? Why would that annoy me?
It annoys me. And it's
Because
not medieval fantasy, it's paladins. Fuck paladins.
not
Oh,
so much.
okay,
Well, you
yeah.
don't like paladins, but nonetheless, it's not so much even that. But it was getting to a point in time where I was like, "Hey guys, I found this new game." You're like, "Does it have medieval fantasy in it?" And I was like, "Yes."
You did go through a hardcore period with that, but the biggest thing I would go with that is me and John. I would say usually we're the assholes when we play video games. Like well, sometimes I play the nice guy, but John and I will more easily pick the asshole medieval stuff. And you're like, I am the classical paladin knight, and it's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Kyle.
You got to be that good. Got to be the good guy. Can't ever
Yep.
be the bad guy.
Can't be bad or
Nothing wrong with
ambiguous.
being a bad guy every once in a while, Kyle.
Right.
I've shifted a little bit now. I do more of
have.
the
You have.
I do more of the
You've
ranger
been good.
class.
You have. You have.
But yeah, no, medieval fantasy. I mean, it's just been swords. Everything's cool. I like it. Lord of the Rings. Me and my wife go to the Renaissance Fair every year. Um, and it's one of the most amazing times that I have. I just love the setting.
I
It's
enjoy
just
the white birch beer floats from
white
medieval
white
times.
beer, white birch beer floats are
Yep.
amazing. If you
They
haven't
had those
tried
back in
one,
those days.
you don't know. Just substitute mead and no ice cream and sheep fat.
And no carbonated soda.
There you go. It's basically the same thing. So, but yeah, no, it was not so much that I know that it like you guys like it too. Like I said, you guys are Lord of the Rings fans and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just knew that I was gonna do that because it was the game thing. Like like I said, I don't think it was getting to the point. I was like, I found a new game. You're like, does it have medieval fantasy? I was like,
Yeah, you did go through
yes.
a period with that. Yeah, you did. You did. I guess it's like if you offered one now, I probably wouldn't say anything like that. I'm like, is it a fucking never mind. I'm not saying the first one. No one heard that.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Let him get there. He'll get there
Yeah,
eventually.
I don't want to
You
ruin
know
that.
he will.
Apologize. X-nay. Clap. Clap. I have a drink in my hand, so I'm just saying clap.
But yeah, no, that's definitely. I mean, I would love to go over to see like in Scotland, see the castles, do all that kind of stuff. That'd be amazing. Like I said, that's if I could any period, that would be that period. That's cool.
I have bad news for you, Kyle. They didn't have real paladins in medieval England.
They didn't.
Guys with swords.
I was kind of like even confused because I was saying paladin or something. I was talking about gaming and I was like, I'm a paladin. My wife was like, what's that? I'm like, how do you not know? I'm like, what?
I'm mad at it for not knowing.
I was like, how do you not know? I'm like, come on.
All I thought of for some reason when you were bringing up your wife was, I'm a paladin wearing the helm of destruction. Paladins can't wear the helm of destruction. Then I'm a black guy.
I gotta cut that out now.
It's a quote. It's fine.
It's a quote. Family Guy said it. It's sexual role play. That's all I'm thinking of you doing now, though, is you stand next to Marion. I'm a Dior paladin. I'm a black guy.
I gotta cut that out now too.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be good.
They'll just Fox might copyright strike us. DMCA.
That could happen too, actually.
Good thing I don't sound like Peter Griffin. Oh, it's one of the funniest jokes from that show. Anyway, continue.
Wait, no, that's where I'm at with that. That's definitely me. I know you guys have different tastes and stuff, but I know you guys are there. Probably not up as high as I am. I definitely think I'm the more medieval fantasy out of all of us.
Oh yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I would say John
at the moment.
I was gonna say I would say John would probably be next, and then Nick.
Yeah, I'd agree. It's probably like I'm cool with it. I think it's kind of nifty. I have no problem with it. I always give you shit because the paladin good guy vibe. That's about it. But Yeah, I have nothing against it.
That
Just
is the
not my big
part that
thing.
does occasionally annoy me. Nick hit the nail on the head. Kyle has a gotta be good guy thing.
Yeah, and it's not that we
To
have to be
quote
bad guy all the
specific
time.
example for you listeners, he always has to play Alliance, no exceptions.
Truth. That is
Have to
truth.
play it, what, for WoW?
Yeah.
Well, you guys don't like Horde either.
I was okay
I would
playing
play
Undead.
Undead.
Yep. Undead.
We did it. I was a Blood Elf Paladin.
Yeah, see, there's the problem.
There we go. Example provided.
Didn't last very long, but
No. Undead was cool. I always enjoyed the Undead, except anyway, not going in the WoW. That's a whole other episode. I haven't played it in fucking years, and I can still
I know,
bitch
right?
about it. I'm gonna go next.
All right.
Because this is where I think I diverge. No one will have either of these next two.
Oh,
My number 2 is cats. Just cats.
I have cats.
In your top
but
5?
not to your level.
Yeah, cats.
No.
Cats are my top 2. They could have been 1, but they're 2. I have 3 cats. I love cats. I love cats more than people. If Kyle and John's children were in a burning building and so are my cats, fuck my friend's children. I'm getting my cats. That's drunk Nick talking. I love both of you, but fuck your children.
It's true. He doesn't have a lot of cats, though.
One of mine can fend for himself at the moment.
John just said it. Oh, that was the best answer I could have hoped for. No, I like cats. I love cats. Bleeding heart for cats. Life goal and dream if I ever had enough money. And they always say, oh, what do you want to do with your life? If you had that type of money, you got to do something. Well, 1, I'm a lazy piece of shit. I play video games. But 2, I probably would have a cat sanctuary. I think I've told you guys that before.
You would become a crazy old cat person. Yes, I know this.
Oh, no, I would actually have a cat sanctuary.
I'm gonna enact a rule on you, man. Because I'll tell you, they're gonna, Michaela would be the one that I would call. That she'd call me. She'd call me. She'd be like, "He's fucking. We need an episode of Hoarders for Nick. He's got too many fucking cats. They're destroying my house. So you can't have a dirty cat sanctuary, or I'm gonna come over there and kick you in the balls."
When I say cat sanctuary, like my goal would be sort of like what the Tiger King did, except domestic cats. But not.
Hold on, that's not setting a good standard.
You're not helping yourself.
It's not.
There.
But I meant like the size of the area. Like there's I think it's a place in Massachusetts.
Just using it for a side. Okay.
Yeah, there's a place I believe in Massachusetts that got approved. The government gave this woman approval, and she basically has a few acres of land. It's all fenced off, and it's basically like a cat farm. And every cat that comes in, she neuters and spays, and they're open for donations or even adoptions. But basically takes any cat, and that's what I want to do. Any cat that came in, I would neuter or spay, just because there is definitely an overpopulation of cats. But I just want cats to be happy. I like cats.
Keep the cats inside, right?
I'll commend you for the neuter and spay. I'll commend you for the neutering spay. If it wasn't for that, I might be like, no. They need to get out of there. Like
there is a huge issue.
Yeah,
with,
they are
overpopulation.
Extremely overpopulated.
Extremely overpopulated, and like killing bird populations. And I can understand like having too many cats. Totally get it, but I think cats are. And it's weird. It definitely is a love thing because I just love cats. I think they're the most precious thing in the world. There's never a cat I've seen that I think is a piece of shit or I would not love it, even if it's the most fucked up looking cat I've ever seen.
There are some ugly cats out there.
And I've seen some cats that have been like really fucked up or damaged because of shit done to them. And I'm just like, I would love that cat.
Now, see, that to me is like a cat that's been fucked up by somebody like abusing it or it got sick. That I feel bad for them. Mm-hmm. I honestly do. To me, the ones where, and I have 2 cats. There's certain types of cats that I'm not going to bring into my house. Like a skinless cat, they creep me out, man. They creep me out.
That's fair. It might not be my favorite, but I would accept it all the same. I just want cats to be happy, fed. Like I would do a thing where I actually had like on-staff vets, like on-site vets, so that they like I'd put little chips in all the cats so I know where they are, and then have the vets check them out like probably monthly, maybe. And I would have to like look into the best medical thing, and I would have like chicken coops, but like instead of chicken coops, they'd be like cat coops all over the place. So cats always have beds and areas to sit, and it would be outside, and so they had tons of area to range, but they could never actually get over the fence. Like, I don't know. I'd make it like a nice actual
Note to self: see if
cat
we can get
sanctuary.
Nick some federal funding for
Like,
making a cat
I
sanctuary, and then
really would.
he's taken care of for life.
I mean, I'm all about animal sanctuaries because you know me. These guys know me, so they understand why. But yes, if you guys have a cat, make sure it is indoors. Do not let your cat outside. That is just
Outdoor
horrible.
cats are not pets. I'm sorry.
Well,
They're
it's not
not.
even that they're pets. Is that yes, you might not think they're killing birds. They're killing birds.
Yeah.
And then
Just
also,
for fun too. They don't
cats
eat those.
get
They're
diseases
cats.
easier
It's what they
outside.
do.
They don't live as long, guaranteed. Everyone's like, "Oh, the cat's outside and happy." When that kid gets hit by a car,
No.
that cat's going to be upset.
So that actually was one of my in-laws' cats. He was a door dasher. They kept him inside as much as they could, but they don't. Anytime they come in, like bring groceries in, as soon as they open the door, he runs outside. He got hit a couple months ago.
See, that's
Yeah.
Could have been prevented.
They tried. I mean, he made it here for a year or two before that happened, but yeah, it just any cat that goes outside is just waiting to get clipped by something. I honestly thought a hawk would get him personally. Like,
well, that's a big thing.
We have those out all the time.
I didn't know this. Foxes are natural cat predators.
Oh,
I did not know that.
See, I learned something today.
First time I read it online, and then a few weeks later than that, I was like, there was this like park area I could walk down, and it's like way out in the boonies. Like, you just really have to go down there. There's nothing nearby. And I remember I was driving back, and I see a cat along the road. And all of a sudden, way further back, I just see a fox really low, like sneaking up, like still moving along. But I was like, holy shit. And then I honked the fuck out of that fox. I was like, you ain't eating that cat today, bitch. But yeah, no, foxes will eat cats.
I got stuck when you said somewhere near you was out in the boonies. I don't think that exists near you.
Well, not currently. Before, when I lived in Jersey, where I was at, there was a boony area, but not currently.
Nick really does like cats.
I love cats.
Anyway,
He
John,
does really love cats.
What did you come up with something, John?
What?
You come up
I've
with
given
something?
you like 4 already.
You gave me 3.
He did give us 4. We just didn't talk about number 1. Really? Did we talk about?
Oh, the isekai stuff. Yeah. It's my current. Well,
you're on 2 now, so you can't give us 1. You got to give us 1 more.
I can't go back to 1 for.
You got to go 1 more. You got to give us 1 more.
Give us 1 more.
Well, I said books. Did you count that one?
And
by that I mean like fantasy novels.
That was 3.
That was 3.
What I don't know why.
You're talking about?
That was 3.
Yeah, BattleBots, anime, then books, then nothing, then isekai. So you need a 2.
Give us something.
Something.
All right. Well, how I feel about something is
Okay. For example, I mean, again, if we're talking about things that just make you geeky, I mean, you could get into technology in general.
I'm surprised if it's not Nick's number 1, which I don't. Be surprised.
The computer that is sitting right next to me, I built that thing, and again, I know in current times that seems to be becoming more of a commonplace for some reason. But I mean, I'm pretty sure the general public doesn't do that. But just being able to like sit down and talk about like how to build a PC or how to take apart a laptop, it was something that all through my life was the thing that I did that my family called me going, hey, he does that all the time. He can fix your computer. That was me. That, like, if that doesn't make me a geek, I don't know what does. At least by those standards. And I think that's changed, and now it's a little more commonplace, at least as far as I'm aware. Let's put it this way. I don't get as many phone calls as I used to from my family. So maybe they figured the shit out for themselves.
Maybe it was the really negative attitude and the cursing out you gave them.
Nah, I tended to be nice. I will say this. I bitch my dad out every time I see him because he continues to buy Apple products and he needs to just stop it. Just all of you with iPhones, stop it. They're not good.
They're not. They're pieces of shit. Fuck any of you that say otherwise.
Well, there goes half our viewers. So.
I'm better off without them.
Team Android. So.
If you have it, I understand why. I'll give it that. I understand why you have it. You made the wrong choice, but I respect it. And yeah, that's it.
I have a comment in that. I have a comment on that. I used to have an iPad and an iPod because at the time, actually, pardon me, I replaced the iPod with the Zune because at the time the Zune was much better when it came out, and then iPod kept getting better. Anyway, I had an iPad because it was the first, I guess you'd say, good tablet PC kind of PC tablet PC. Jesus, thinking just even the thought just horrifies me to say that. But at the time, it was the best tablet you could get. And for a while it was, and then Android got better. And that and but the fact that people get stuck in that rut of, no, I have Apple, got to keep buying Apple. Just that's the problem. That to me is the problem. But if Apple came out tomorrow with a product that was better than any Android thing, I'd say, hey, yeah, go get that. But at the moment, they're like 2 years behind the curve on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I would say back in college, I would say that Apple had the better artistic programs, I guess, on it, like video editing and that kind of stuff. I think that's faded away now. I think you can pretty much get anything pretty good. I would agree back there. I still didn't own anything Apple, but I worked on it in school. So.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, they do have good software for that, but I mean, I think that, like, for example, Adobe, all of the Adobe products do just as well.
Well, like I said, now I think that pretty much diminished. I think you can find anything anywhere, and actually most. I mean, I mostly know about the video production side of things. Most video film editing or anything are on actual like own made software. Like they're not even they're on Apple or PC or anything like that. Operating systems.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had discussions with Apple users that have said, but you can just run Windows on your Apple PC. So why have an Apple PC? Because it cost you 5 times as much. That also factors into that. If Apple was super cheap and shitty as it is, that's definitely better for some people because it's super cheap. But no, they're like 5 times as expensive and twice as worse. Does this count as a number 2? Did you get your fucking blood money yet?
Yeah, that's number 2. I'll count that as a 2. All right. So everybody, it's my number 1.
Mm-hmm.
These two definitely know what it is,
mm-hmm.
and it is definitely the most annoying thing to them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. It's my livelihood, and that is definitely dinosaurs.
Did you just say your livelihood?
It is my livelihood.
Kyle would die without dinosaurs.
I would. I am surrounded by them actually right now.
You say the term livelihood, and I'm thinking like you mean your job when you say your livelihood, and no, it is not, sir.
No, I mean I do my own. I'm then doing research and everything like that, but paleontology doesn't pay good money, so.
If Kyle's kids were on fire and dinosaurs were on fire, Kyle would save dinosaurs. So that's what he means.
I mean, look, since 1990, well, it's actually before 1993, streamlined it. But yeah, I mean, I never grew. It's one of those things that you think you grow out of, never grew out of it. It's an amazing. I know way too much. I am pretty much a self-taught junior paleontologist, if you would say so. Yeah. I mean, I can go more deep into everything, but you guys don't want to hear any of that, so I'll save that for my own little.
Hold on, I got a comment here.
What?
Something that defines a geek is when people who are even mildly interested in the topic get annoyed by the fact that you go on and on about the topic.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So you're clarifying the whole point of this and hitting the spot right on. I'm just gonna say my favorite dinosaur is Jeff Goldblum, and that's it. We're done.
It's gonna be in the new movie.
Is he?
Yes. All of the original cast is gonna be in the new movie.
Well, not all the original cast.
Well, not the ones who passed away.
Exactly, Kyle. So that wasn't a lie.
But most of the original cast.
That's acceptable.
Yeah, and we're all gonna go see it. Right? Right?
When's it coming out?
Right? In June. Jurassic June.
COVID June. Okay.
We'll see. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
No. I can go on, and this is where basically, I also go. It ties in with everything else. I'm definitely more the biology type of person here. These guys are definitely more tech. I'm definitely on the more biology side of things, science. I study ecology and all that kind of stuff. So that is definitely probably the most. And I don't get to talk about it very much, so I'm going to try to talk to them about as much as I possibly can on this thing, because these guys have to sit here and listen. Otherwise, they don't listen to me. So
I'm regretting this more and
I
more
don't think
now.
we've ever had a discussion about those other things that you mentioned. You just always recommend Steam games to us that have dinosaurs in it.
It's ecology, right?
Which one?
That's ecology, right?
Which one?
Steam games.
Steam games is ecology? No.
Yep. Yeah.
The ecology of Steam games.
Yep.
I'm sure. You know what? I bet there anything. There's
Could be a paper about it.
Titled "The Ecology of Steam Games."
All right, so I guess I'll go on that note, and to prove Kyle wrong, my top one is pussy.
So cats. You have cats on there twice.
Cats twice.
Two different cats. Two different cats. I just want to get a sanctuary for pussy. Let them run free. Just let them all run free. And my original number one, when I was drunk, was I wish to be a little girl. So that means anime. But I think I had anime on there twice, so I'm going to go with my actual number one, which is technology.
So I was right.
Yep.
Fair point.
Like, we already knew dinosaurs were number one. Fuck off. But like, technology is literally everything for me. It is my actual definition of livelihood. It's been my everything. Like, I went to a specialized high school for technology. My college degree is technology. My passion, my hobby was building computers technology. I fucking take everything apart. Like, it doesn't even matter what kind of technology, just technology. I worked on my car.
That's
my
a
truck.
security course you took.
Security crap I've taken.
How's your teacher on that security course doing today?
His company is dissolvent.
I know. I saw that and I laughed.
That's kind of hilarious because I was looking for a USB for something earlier, and I have them like in a nice little, I don't even fucking satchel. We'll go satchel. And I pulled it out, and the course I took, or like this boot camp I took, he gave out these USB, and you remember those slap bands where you take it and it's like a wrist thing and it goes slap, like it's a giant. He had a USB one, and it had his branding on it, so I have a Cyber Ninjas slap band. That's like a 16
post
gigs.
That shit on eBay, man.
And I was like, is this worth $50K? Because that's how much he has to pay every day. He doesn't fucking give up that evidence to Arizona or whatever.
Right.
With his like 17 million kids he has. Did you fucking know he has 12 kids? I was like, did you not learn to pull out? You can defend someone's network, but you can't defend your cock. Like, don't blow your load. And welcome to the adult section of the podcast tonight. But like,
that's a lot of kids.
It's way too many kids. That's all I gotta say about that. Is technology. Technology is my everything. You name it, technology. That's what I got. Tech, PCs. Except NFTs and crypto. That's not really my bag. I don't like gambling. Gambling's not my thing. Unless it's in board games.
But in NFT, you have it for life.
All I'm thinking of is...
Hey, you own that picture.
All these people are dead.
With a different color scheme.
All these people are dead, but look at this little turtle I got with a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck it was in the South Park episode. But, like, nope, not for me. I especially went big against them when video games are trying to, like, put them in there, and it's like, I already deal with DLC, and I'm not happy with DLC.
That would have been a mistake.
They're still trying.
That push right there, to me, is a AAA game studio going, how do we milk more money from our consumers?
And DLC already did that.
Screams to me. Yep.
Like,
DLC's doing it, and they went, now how do we get more?
Yes, DLC.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Took a long time for me to accept. I hate the idea of DLC. I still am not the happiest.
I still don't.
Yeah, I'm still not the happiest, because unless they're like a verified, legitimate expansion DLC, like what Witcher 3 did with some of theirs.
DLC.
But
This again, we could have as a subtopic on another
I could
episode.
make
But
a
to
whole
sum
fucking
it up,
episode of
my
DLC.
opinion on DLC is if you're going to have DLC, you're asking for money from your consumers, and they need to be rewarded with an appropriate level of content for that. So when you charge 25% of your game price, there better at least be 25% of the amount of content you put into the original game in that DLC package, not just, oh, hey, you can make your gun look different.
I mean, I think someone may just be a little butthurt that he waited so long for certain DLC to go on sale, and then bought it at full price, and then the next day it went on sale.
4 days later. Or the fact it went on sale as a bundle with the original game, but it would not let me buy that because I got the original game digital for free because of PS Plus. And then all of a sudden, then I could.
So butthurt, got it.
Yep.
All right.
I'm just angry about it now.
I mean, hold on. This could also be summed up as he should have played the game a long time ago.
I should have.
Like when it came out. But I have to say, the last little bit was quite fun. The last few months have been enjoyable.
They have been.
But I think we wanted to save this discussion for another time, so we're going to shelve that.
So I think we're good. Isekai. John likes isekai. He's just
I do.
He's
on that trend. That's about as much as I got.
The one thing I'll agree with John, and I didn't bring it up earlier because we were saving it for one a little bit, is the fact that pretty much almost everything has said, like Kyle's thing in the mecha, I've gotten more into mecha again and gotten, like you said, like all the little stuff to do it, and isekai's the same way. Like, I love the shitty isekai. Like, how was it? There's one called like Cheat Magician that I watched. Total shit.
Oh God. Yes.
Yeah, see, even you know it because I watched it off your crap. But it was like a total generic, nothing great.
It's garbage. It's garbage, but I love it. I don't know why.
Enjoyed it. Not great. It was like you're watching it and you're going, there's better stuff out there. But then you go to the next episode and going, there's better stuff out there. And you just keep going.
Now, I will say that I am enjoying that they at least are mixing it up. The ones that I have watched have been fun and enjoyable. And I don't know. Like I don't know. You guys can watch some of those, the ones that I don't know if you think are shit or whatnot. The last one I watched was one that actually like they knew they were in a game and stuff. Was the this game is even shittier than real life or something like that. That one was pretty good. Yeah. Like that was pretty funny.
That one I haven't even finished that one yet. Actually,
I have not even heard of this.
I got a bit of the way and then I moved on to some other things, and I need to get back and watch that.
Yeah, like I'm enjoying that. Like I like the little nuances here and there. I don't know. We'll see how far it goes with just the generic. We're in a different world and stuff. Like I like when they add stuff to it and actually make it interesting. So, one of my other one that's kind of slice of life that I think me and Nick watched was I thought you told me to make me average in my next.
Yes.
That one fantastic. A little slice of life. A little fantasy anime. That was an amazing one.
I believe I read the manga.
It's really good.
Yeah,
it's adorable.
That's me with manga. Is I will finish. I will catch up to whatever the current chapter is. Be extremely annoyed that it didn't continue on whatever series I'm reading. Go, hey, I wonder what else is here. Hit the isekai genre and just like, oh look, this thing I haven't seen, and then I'm gone again for another couple days until I catch up to the current one. Now, especially let me get a little more specific on isekai that has a revenge subplot, because of all the genres of movie, I tend to like revenge movies the most.
Now, question for isekais: what do you think in the genre itself? If it's just like, all right, you get that first little sentence in the world, hey, from a different world died, I'm now in the new world, but then it has nothing to do with anything yet. Like it's never mentioned again. He doesn't know anything. They don't know anything, and it's just a completely like anime, like a different anime.
Could you even call it an isekai?
Is it still isekai?
Wait, what? Like, so someone says, "Hey, I died from this world. I'm now in this world,"
Like
and then
that's the
that's it.
first episode, first minute, you get
So
that, and then
yeah,
after
you
that,
see Truxon kill somebody, they wake up, but they have no knowledge of their prior life, and they
and then
just
the
exist
anime
in the
just
new world.
continues.
No,
Honestly, I know because
it's
that you
fantasy or
lose the
whatever genre it
isekai-ness.
is. Because it's supposed to be the part
I
of
mean,
the
you
isekais going, "This isn't like my original life." Ugh.
exactly.
That's part of an
I've
isekai.
also seen it referred to as return. Like there's a subgenre of them, I guess you could say, that are returners.
Yes.
Nick, you might know some of these where somebody will go back in time.
Yep.
Like a tragedy happens, the world ends, they die, but all of a sudden they wake up and it's
Yeah.
15 years, like right before the tragedy starts, but they have a knowledge of how it unfolds and
That's a
can
big
move
one
from there.
lately. It's either like, oh, they actually either a tragedy happens, they can't stop it, or one tragedies happen, they actually got to the final boss, and then either they did so good or they failed, and then they get back and they have all that knowledge. Because there's quite a few I'm into right now that are exactly that.
I think they tend to be Chinese in origin for a bunch of the comics. I don't know
I'm a
why.
few,
They just are.
there's a lot of those that are like that. I'm reading a few Korean ones, manhwa,
Yeah, manhwa.
like
Honestly,
yeah, there's a ton.
there's a discussion. Is manhwa manga? It's the same. They're all comics. If you want comics, manhwa, manga, all the same shit.
Yes, I would go with that particular style of maybe even call it an overarching of manga, and then maybe subgenre it depending on cultures and the certain things that happen with those cultures.
They do definitely have different cultures. That's for
But a lot
sure.
of them follow the very similar art style of anime or manga. So it's like,
Yeah,
oh, this
agreed.
is definitely a Chinese webcomic, but you definitely see the manga and anime roots, like the style.
I think I've started to notice the nuances more. Man was a little harder to determine from manga, but the Chinese comics, I don't know if there's a sub term for those or not, but they tend to focus on some really strict stuff. Like family tends to be huge in those,
Hmm.
or what house you're from. I don't know if you've run into this yet,
Or Dear
Nick.
Chairman Mao, yeah,
Yeah,
communism.
it's literally just like, oh, I've come back to in life to or I've been reborn as this servant. Like the one is a guy gets reborn as a servant into this house, and so his whole thing is running around the house. Oh, yeah, I can get their cultivation comics.
Oh, the
That's a
cultivation,
huge
yes,
cultivation shit,
yep,
huge in China, and for
yep.
some reason, I tend to like them. I don't know why.
Yeah, cultivation a big thing where it's like, oh, you got to cultivate your chi, yada yada yada, and then you get your stronger, and then oh my god, this person has like the heaven earth technique chi orgasm punch.
Oh, I can absorb the demonic energy into my key center and refine it, and I cultivate, and I think it's a I hate to say it like this, it's gonna sound bad because for some reason I like them, so I enjoy it, but it's a little bit of a cop out because it's like I'm gonna go meditate in a room for 3 days and suddenly I'm stronger. Like we don't even get a training montage in that scenario.
A
What's with
montage,
that?
which is
They
bullshit.
just skip the whole thing.
You need at least one montage comic per power level.
Or
Kyle has no clue what we're going on about. This is a
Well,
me and Nick thing.
well, you guys always read more manga than me,
yeah.
but no, I mean you go the DBZ route, you need like a whole season to power up. I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
you need a whole season
They
just to
train.
power up your
No,
current
yeah,
level.
no, they
You're just
train
fighting.
in DBZ. Like you'll see them combating one another, but in this, it's literally like a guy will go into a closet and be like, "Leave me alone for 3 days." Cat, I'm right here. I don't know if that's coming through. I'm over
Yes,
here. Hi.
yes. First
Just
guest.
still going.
All right. So, well, at least anything. Those are a couple things. I think definitely about us. This is why channel's going to be called Just Three Geeks Opinions because we're just going to be talking about our stuff, what we think. Definitely going to be going into some, or at least for things that I want to see. I was like, see us doing like some reviews, some top tens, things like that. Definitely coming from the channel. Nick, what do you think? Anything you want to see?
Anything I would like to see in the channel?
Well, like things that you might want to do. I mean, is there anything that you would like accomplish?
I'd like to say hi to my mom.
There you go. You guys haven't talked in a while.
We actually haven't. It's been a while.
Sorry, I brought that up.
We're getting deep now. No, just talking and bullshitting and having our arguments or debates or whatever. Yeah, no.
That is one of the things I think we're gonna do is see how many times me and John argue about stupid shit.
Yeah.
It's always stupid shit.
Always stupid shit. And I instigate, so be there.
But no, those are the types of things that I think that we definitely wanted to do here. Like I said, kind of make a community. Definitely going into some of that kind of stuff. Anything you've, John?
Well, another thing I'll give you a little credit for. You're the acronym, the J3G0. You know, sorry, I'm 2 drinks in. I'm starting to get a little.
You can't read, guys.
Anyway, it works on 2 levels. Because if by my philosophy that everyone's a geek on something, it could be just 3 guys' opinion too.
Double
That's layer sexist. There.
That's sexist.
Yeah, cut that out.
See, it's not sexist because we are 3 guys and we're open to other opinions.
Are we?
But if anyone ever does listen to these things, and I hope they do, I would like to get like some fan feedback where we could go through comments or something like that.
I would like to do I would like to do like some like live
build a little community
Q&A,
as it were. Yeah, build a community. Yeah, live Q&A would be great. And then at some point I want to make fun of flat earthers. Sorry, flat earthers. You're dumb.
Maybe that's one episode we'll do. We'll just do bullshit science theories.
We were going to do that, yeah.
Oh, God. That I could go for ages on those. Oh, they're so beautiful.
I have moved to, not moved to, but I've more going on to people who are like, evolution doesn't exist.
Oh, God, yes. It's glorious.
So
I spend hours watching those videos of people making fun of them and breaking down why they're dumb. That might be a me and Kyle thing. Nick, I don't know how much you're in on that. Have you partaken of that?
Oh, I've partaken. I usually
good.
Need to be 3 drinks deep though.
Well,
because they make me angry. It's not even just another time.
So they get you. See, I don't get so much angry as just unless they're being hyper aggressive or like trying to actually put down a group of other people. I'm intrigued by the levels of logic they have to leap to get to their conclusions. That it just fascinates me how they can do that.
I'll agree. We'll save that for the episode. I got
that's a whole other discussion.
Yeah, no, I got a whole spiel on all that.
All right. Well, I think this one we've been going for a little bit. We'll kind of close this one out. Just for everybody listening, this is kind of an experimental. We're just starting this up. It's going to be messy. If you haven't already noticed, it's going to be very messy. But yeah, if you guys have any kind of suggestions or if you guys have any kind of feedback or you want to shout out anything, you can check us out. The podcast will go out to a couple different places, but we do have a YouTube channel. You can check us out there. Just 3 Geeks Opinion. I might even go. We haven't really discussed anything. I haven't talked to these guys about it, but I might even do a little bit of a Twitch streaming of a couple of games. I just got Elder Lilies, and I think I might do that one.
Why does that name sound familiar?
It's a Metrovania Souls-like.
It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Why haven't I heard of it? I've heard the name, but why don't I know it?
I don't know why.
It's going to bother me.
Yeah. I'm going to give it to you. I'll show it to you in a second.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, so I might even do that, but we do have a Twitch channel too. That one is at 3 Geeks Opinion. And yeah, other than that, we don't really do social media here. So none of us even have a Facebook or any of that kind of stuff. I don't know. We'll figure that out. We'll figure out some way, but right now it's definitely YouTube.
Comments on YouTube. That's the best way.
Pretty much. That's the best way to get in touch. But yeah, no. Anything else? Final thoughts of anything, guys?
I look forward to bullshitting with you guys all the time, so I guess this is par for the course.
I'm just going to go with what Kyle said. Clap.
All right, guys. Well, this is J3 Go, and we will check you guys out in the next one. Have a good one.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye, everybody.